Hello, YouTube. I know it's been a long time from my last or previous episode, whichever way you want to go with that. So I'm in a tight schedule. School's been very, very erratically busy. I just finally found some time to make a video for you to check out. So let's do it. Now, the topics I'm going to bring up here are not much, maybe not be much importance to you. Maybe it is. I hope so. You can always let me know in the comments below how my content is doing and what you want me to talk about. I'm trying to go in a few different directions as far as music reviews, again, gaming stuff coming up, systems. Sorry, got an itch. Ah, it's itchy. Okay, stop it. You're being goofy. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, we're good. We're good. Anywho. And then wrestling news, which I do have some wrestling news. I know I've been kind of holding back on the wrestling news, so here we go. We're going to talk about tonight's WWE Night of Champions that just happened last night. And there's not too much news. I went on WWE.com. Go check it out. I went through it, and I found out at least one speck of news that I really liked. And that is the final match for the WWE Championship belt. Now, this thing started out with a very high controversial deal. You know, Daniel Bryan beat John Cena way back in the last pay-per-view. Triple H does a pedigree, makes Daniel Bryan unable to defend his title. Randy Orton cashed the title on him, which really, Randy Orton, what he did is he's done everything that every little person who's holding that briefcase, say Money in the Bank, has done before. And, you know, as like I quote Edge, if you don't know who he is, he's going to be he's one of the characters. I believe he's going to be a star on the new sci-fi show called Haven. You'll notice he has like a short, kind of golden blonde hair, kind of old wide eyes a little bit. Yeah, you know, Adam. I think his name is actually Adam Copeland. If you that rings a bell better. But anyway, I quote him. He says, "I literally wrote the blueprint on the Money in the Bank idea," and he has. Now after that happened, from the next Monday Night Raw to every other one to some of the SmackDowns, on and off, you know, things between Daniel Bryan, Triple H, and supposedly for the free reigning The Shield that claims not to be doing Triple H's bidding. Whatever. You are. They are. I mean, the Shield is doing Triple H's building. They can't deny that. Because a lot of the times when Triple H was out there speaking, who was standing guard? The Shield. Now, you know, Daniel Bryan took a lot of abuse. Triple H is using a lot of his power, once again, to throw his weight around, making superstars feel like they're walking on eggshells when they're talking to him, afraid of getting punishment. Hell, he went so far that for some reason, whatever Cody Rhodes said to him one episode of Raw, that he felt like there was some venom in it. Some venom, supposedly. And he made him wrestle a match where his career was on the line. And I think that was kind of, pardon my French, bullshit. Because Cody Rhodes is young. He's still got plenty of years on him, obviously, being young. He had a lot more to his career that he could have done. And maybe that will get fixed. Well, we thought that was going to happen. Because not too longer, a tweet came along from his brother, as you know him as, was it Gold Dust, or Dustin Rhodes, for short. In real life, but Goldust, you know, kind of somewhat a major veteran who hasn't been yet inducted into the Hall of Fame that should, in my opinion. If you don't know him, maybe this will be a reminder. Yeah, Goldust. Goldust is pretty awesome. I've seen him wrestle so many times on TV. I've never been to a W thing, but get off topic. So he tweeted saying he wanted to come in, wrestle a match against whoever, and if he wins, Cody Rhodes gets his career back. And I kind of quote him. He says, "I've always been the screw-up. I've always been the black sheep of our family. Cody's lived his life the right way. He does not deserve the penalty he's gotten, because Cody Rhodes is about to get married. That means he says well to support himself. He says support his soon-to-be new wife and maybe kids, and he just lost his job. That's crazy. Anywho, so we fast forward a little bit. Goldust has his match, almost beats his opponent, Mr. Randy Orton, the Viper, and gets close, but no. Orton beats Goldust, and Cody doesn't get his job back. Now, supposedly, there's a tweet going around, and I think this has been confirmed. The father, I can't remember the name, is Dusty Rhodes or something like that, the American Dream. He's supposed to show up on Raw at some point. I don't know what his key factor is going to play to, but we'll see. That might be actually tonight's Raw. So, let's get to Night of the Champions, the WWE Champion match. Now, the build-up was, between Triple H and Randy Orton that Daniel Bryan can't beat Randy. And Daniel Bryan kept pushing and showing that, hey, I could beat him. And Triple H, he said, and I quote, if Daniel Bryan can beat Randy Orton and get the WWE Champions, he will personally apologize to Daniel Bryan for thinking he was never to be that material. Now, or something like that. Now, I gotta say this, and any other WWE fan that wants to see Daniel Bryan be the WWE Champion, Triple H, you better keep your fucking word, buddy. You're starting to piss off the fans more than ever. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten a full-fledged locker walkout like he did when he was running Raw as a general manager and the CEO. You know what I mean? Because as far as what I've seen, we're not seeing Hunter as in Triple H Hunter, the wrestler Hunter. We're seeing Hunter trying to be a lot like his stepfather, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Yeah. I said it. He's trying to be a lot like his stepfather. Was good for business, as he puts it. So, that night, match happened between Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. And the impossible, that should have been possible a long time ago, happened. Daniel Bryan is now officially our new WWE champion. Now, that's going to make an interesting Raw tonight. I think I'm hoping they don't really screw him over twice tonight and say, oh, you didn't really beat it. You got to defend your title again tonight. Which, what you watch, that's what'll happen. That's what'll happen. They'll make him defend his title, and they'll have Randy Orton as his opponent yet again. Randy Orton will demand his rematch clause. But you gotta wonder. Speaking of Vince McMahon, where is Vince then? All we've seen of the McMahons are Stephanie, occasionally, and mostly Triple H. Where's Vince? Probably sitting in his corporate office, I'd imagine, but I wonder where is stepdaddy, and is he agreeing with his son is doing? Only one could speculate and wonder how tonight's Raw is going to go. Hopefully it goes pretty good. I will let you guys know via thy Twitter if you're following me. Anywho, let's move on topic. Something a little, not too more exciting than that, but something that's exciting personally for me and for my gamer fans out there. If any one of you 7 are gamers. Yeah, I said 7. I just acquired a 7th subscriber. Woohoo! I'll be more excited when it gets to like 20, maybe. I know that's not sounding like it's a lot because there's like people like PewDiePie who's got 1 billion followers, maybe as he calls bros. But 20 would be a cool marker. For a person like me who's not even monetizing my videos. I'm just doing it for fun, for your entertainment, for you. I don't need money. I just want to make videos. Anyway, moving on to that topic that I felt like was exciting for me. Recently, for gamer fans, I went out and I pre-ordered the game Pokemon X. Now, if you're not a Pokemon fan, that's cool. You know, I grew up in the era. Pokemon was my crack from a kid. Pokemon. I was about 9, 10 years old when Pokemon emerged into the into the U.S. I almost said P.U.S. Woohoo! I need more coffee. As you can tell, I just woke up like half an hour ago. Anyway, yeah, so I went and pre-ordered it at my local GameStop for $5, which takes off $5 of the actual price they're going to sell it for. It was going to be originally about $39.99 plus tax, which would have been about $42, $43. So I have to go pay back. I have to pay at least I think about close to $38, maybe a little less. And so I'm very excited because, you know, I've been keeping an idea of this Pokemon news, and it's been great. You know, I'm excited for the Mega Evolutions and to be able to get the Kanto starters. And in fact, on the day the game comes out, if you get the game via Nintendo Wi-Fi, you can get yourself a Charmander with that special stone that you use to Mega Evolution Charizard. But I gotta say, MEGA-GARCHOMP, it's gonna be shitting on everything. Now the typing, oh my god, the typing, they made Steel a little more frail, and I got a feeling, especially if you're competitive battling, Gengar, you're gonna see a lot more often. Offensive Gengar. You're gonna see Gengar holding Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, Sludge Bomb, and whatever fourth move you want, because god damn, they just made Poison a little more of a factor. Fairy type, the new type you've thrown in, holy crap, this thing's a little OP as fuck. I mean, it's only got so many weaknesses. It can obliterate dragons, which dragon used to be the #1 typing that had like a lot of immunity or a resistance, at least, to typings other than its own type in ice. But no other type could really frickin' mess with it. I mean, give or take, Steel could kind of be a good defensive wall dragons, but damn. But it's going to be interesting. So, if you guys don't know when it comes out, it is coming out this October 12th, 2013. Go check it out. And ironically, like I said in one of my videos, so does that new 2DS. Oh, kids, I hope you love it, because, you know, old gamers like me and the rest of us who still play Nintendo handholds hate it. It looks like crap. Oh well. Moving on. Music news. Yeah, I made my own theme song right there. You'll find it on the iTunes. Not really. Anyway, I'm going to be, in another video, I'm going to be reviewing a band that comes locally from my area. They're a band called Conducting from the Grave. And if you never heard of them, they're from Sacramento, California, and they do about death metal band. They're a death metal, yeah, they're a death metal band. God, I need my coffee. I'm not thinking clearly. Anyway, I'll be doing a review on their new self-titled album that they used at the what's called the Kickstarter project, which they had their fans donate $1 until they got to a certain high fee, so they could do their album perfectly in the studio. And I'll be doing that. As far as my schedule goes, I don't know when that will happen. It's usually going to be on a day where I don't have a lot to do. It might be this Tuesday, because I seem to have like broken my little schedule of let's do videos on Thursdays and Saturdays, which is terrible of me. I will get back on track at some point, hopefully soon. So thank you for watching my video. I know, like I said, it's been a while, but I wanted to make you guys a good video. So the next time I'm here, hopefully you guys will be too. Until then, hit that like and that subscribe button if you're new. And then, until then, stay frosty.